up, Woody Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for RuriDragon Chapter 37. But before we get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored. And we ain't sponsored by Shueisha, and we ain't sponsored by Manga Plus, and we ain't sponsored by Viz. And considering how much we promote Manga Plus on this channel, it's kind of surprising, right? But if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable well Bubba kitty somewhere around here, hopefully being good kitties, and this operation, well, again, literally alive and kicking, so we could keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App, PayPal, and Coffee. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon, where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So we can have our full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botched localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content like, say, Dragon Ball Daima, which we covered in both the sub and the dub. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you're a $10 patron, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there is a stacked summer anime season in full swing, in which we're covering Witch Watch and Gachi Yakuta today. We also covered Togenanki and the second seasons of My Dress Up Darling Dandadan and a couple of Cuckoos, and there's even more on the way. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So, last chapter we left off where Ruri is straight up saying that she's ready to learn about her father. So let's get into this chapter, see what's in store for us today, and pray that this localization isn't botched to hell. Oh, Caleb, please tell me you didn't botch this. Alright, so this chapter is titled, Don't Go Roasting Marshmallows of Your Own Accord. I'm home. Well, what's the deal? Huh? With what? You said you want to know about your dad after never expressing any kind of interest ever. It's not like you ever bring him up either. Well, that's sort of the deal we had. Okay, so why now out of nowhere? Did something happen? Nah, not really. I guess it's just this was part of our deal too. I like this. I like that, you know, Ruri's ready. She's ready to hear it, the truth about Papa. All right, but this requires a meal. Any requests for dinner? Put a food. God, I'm hungry. You got it. I'll tell you all about your dad since you seem to so prepared to dive in. Let's see. Oh. Hot enough for you? Humanity wasn't meant to cope with this climate. Want me to frost it up in here? Hard no. Look, no is definitely here, but the hard part, I swear to God, Caleb, why? Why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep thinking you're cooking when you're putting this shit up in here? Like, stop. So you got the whole story. Truths I didn't really want to hear. A volume of info bordering on unreal. And hey, thanks for letting me fill you in last night. No prob. So much that I'm practically drowning. But at long last, I know about my own origin. Good morning. Oh, hi, Kashiro. Morning. I'm so proud that you remember my name. Why such a lackluster hello? What's wrong? Morning. Well, why are you so down the dumps, bestie? Yeah, about that. Let me explain something to you. If you're gonna put cringe-ass slang up in here and tell me that, this is supposed to be equivalent to the Japanese slang that's in the original manga, well, it's called using a translation note. Something that the fan translators will do. Why is that hard for you, Caleb? Why can't you just at least put a translation up in here? Or, sorry, not fan translation, I'm sorry. Translation note saying why you're using this cringe-ass dialogue. I don't understand how hard that is. Because most of the time, by the way, I've had when I post this shit up on Twitter, Japanese Twitter is like, no, Caleb is full of shit. He's straight up changing the dialogue, the meaning of the dialogue, with this stupid crap. This is not what's in the original Japanese. And Japanese people don't talk like that. So, yeah, a lot of that argument is kind of moot. But I'm just saying, if you give us a reason in the translation notes, I can maybe, understand it. But you don't. So, you're full of shit, Caleb and other localizer sims. Last night I got an info dump all about my father. Oof. By the way, I don't like bestie here, or info dump here. I don't like it. But it's roughly within the realm of it being the same thing. It's cringy, mind you, but it's not completely changing the meaning of the sentence. So I don't like it, but I'm gonna give it a pass this time. All about my father. Oof, no kidding. No kidding? That's too wild, girl. Hardly a laughing matter. Your dad's an actual monster, huh? Impressive that he could even have a kid. You're telling me your mom's something of a beast herself. It sort of wound up as a punchline, but then laughing it off actually made me feel better. Hang on, why'd you ask now, though? Why so curious? Well, no special reason, really. Ever since I asked my mom to hold off on telling me stuff, I've been feeling less human by the day, so I figured I'd better get around to finding the resolve. The resolve to do what? Give up on being human. Yeah. Ruri has to face and I think I've said this from the start, Ruri has to face the reality. She needs to realize it for herself that, yeah, she's not human anymore. That's bold. No matter how far I drift from humanity, these girls will be willing to laugh it up with me. I've got no need to stay human, really. Even if that means I can't stick around here anymore. I'm telling you, at some point, she's going to leave. So she can at least master her power. Let's get this meeting of the Provisional Grade Council started. Today's agenda is all about utilizing dragon powers. We've witnessed a range of sudden manifestations recently, so it seems fitting to establish ground rules at this point. Sensei was good enough to provide fundamental rules already, namely since this is all new for all of us, don't treat Aoki any differently, but do exercise due caution. Also, we're hoping to discuss how school life will look moving forward. If I could say one thing, being the agenda item for the whole room is crazy embarrassing as it is, so could you all please take it seriously and not just crack jokes? Sure. What sort of rules are we talking? How about don't breathe fire? Obviously. He speaks from experience. Well, facts, what's even there to discuss? Firstly, since it's summer, go ahead, Aoki. We will allow Aoki to use this aspect of her frost power to simulate air conditioning while in the classroom. Whoa! This summer's going to be a scorcher, so when we're dealing with forced power-saving measures, there's no better alternative. Love it. Truly, we're blessed. It's a bit too cold, Aoki. Roger that. Well, naturally, we'll keep an eye on how you're doing while you use it, since dragons don't have unlimited power to mind you. Of course, I won't push the envelope. Let's see. You'll all be in luck this year without my sweat sticking up the joint. Too late, Stinky. Aw, come on. Plus, our chill is way mellower than the usual AC. Moving on, the fire breathing is forbidden for the most part. It is only to be used with Takamoto-sensei's permission and supervision. So don't go title of the manga, or of the chapter, excuse me. So don't go roasting marshmallows of your own accord. It's starting to feel realer than ever that the school has its very own dragon. In any case, Aoki here is a rather unique specimen, and it might make sense to treat her as a demi-human, to borrow a concept from fiction. There are several topics left to discuss, but here Aoki herself is doing her best not to disrupt the workings of our school. I ask that you all devote yourself to your studies alongside her. Given our proximity to her, there are more things we must know about Aoki herself, and about dragons on the whole. Thanks for putting up with me thus far. And now let's see what Ruri's going to say here. And for dealing with me without prying too much. Sorry to make you wait this long for actual answers. I know it'd be boring if I went on and on, so I'll keep it short and sweet. I even made my mom wait to tell me everything, since I never had the guts to ask. But I believe it was my duty to know, and now it's your right to know. No matter how you feel about me in the end, please let me tell you all about dragons. This is all second-hand info, but anyway... first off, I was an accident, well, so to speak. Dragons are generally seen as fantasy creatures, but they really do exist in this reality of ours, and my mom got involved with one of them. She's seriously going there? Right? Not exactly stuff you just blab about. Let's see. Right, there are apparently different types of dragons. 6 kinds have been confirmed, though humans can only interact with 2 individuals. And according to my mom, dragons will destroy the whole world. Dude, this is something out of Fairy Tale Engineer's Quest! Oh my god, we literally just had... We're getting this right now in Fairy Tale, so I'm just like, yeah... Okay, let me read this part here before I forget. A devastating and silent blow, but yeah, what I want to see here at some point, okay, is, because we know there's siblings, right? There's got to be tons of siblings. I hope that we get an Ignia Natsu situation, aka a full-blooded sibling, meeting up with Ruri. I need that shit in my life. I'd like to see there's got to be half-blood siblings, okay? There has to be. There has to be, like, other demi-humans from these dragons. Like, if they had a bunch of kids, I would not be surprised. But if it's one of those situations kind of like with the, like in the Percy Jackson series, where, like, the top, you know, the big 3, like Hades, Zeus, and Poseidon only had, like, 1 kid apiece. Or, like, 2 kids apiece in some cases. I would not be mad at that either. I would not be mad at that at all. I'd be totally fine with that. If, like, the 2 dragons that we know of that humans interact with, especially in terms of, like, half-bloods, had, like, maybe, like 1 or 2 half-bloods apiece, and, like, had maybe, like, a couple of full-blooded kids. If we have an Ignia situation and we get to see, like, an additional, like a second generation, like, half-blood dragon too, kind of like with Wed, oh my god, I will lose my mind. I totally will. I need that shit in my life. But we're definitely going to be seeing Ruri siblings at some point. We have to. But the one thing I am happy about with this chapter, I think I even said by, like, chapter 50 we were going to get something like this. That Ruri was going to accept that that she isn't human, fully accept it. And that by chapter 50, she was going to make her choice that she was going to go live with her dad to control her powers. Something like that. And maybe even meet her, or hell, even meet one of her siblings and whatnot. Like, I really feel like by chapter 50, we're gonna see her make her choice. I do. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Ruri content. A few ways you could do that. Donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, Coffee. Purchase something off our Amazon wish list. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!